Hey. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, ma, we can.
All right. Thank you so much for the lovely introduction and for, the words you gave us before we started. I think that it's very important that you said that. Please, you can unmute your mic if you're not speaking so that we don't interrupt each other. But if you want to speak, you can maybe raise your hand or something. So yeah, thank you so much, Eunice, for that. And thank you for the warm introduction as well. Hello, everybody. My name is Adedolapo and brand storyteller. Thank you for thank you. So many claps and loves. Thank you so much. So um prior to being a writer, as a writer, interestingly, but while I, transitioned from writing to program management was because at the time I was confused about what our writing could, take me to. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I wasn't sure about how writing could give me the financial stability that I wanted. At the time, I was not that informed. I was like, oh, writing was more of a hobby. So I didn't see it as as work or as something that I could actually give me. It was passion for me. So but as time, went on, I'm like, this I'll just be writing copies. I was writing copies. Interestingly, I started my career in Innovate Lab at Ogomosho. Then I was in 400 level. That was when COVID hit. And then I was preparing for I was that was also I worked at Innovate Lab up until 500 level, graduated and stuff. And then I left Ogomosho, came to Lagos. So it was at the time where I was leaving Ogomosho that I started thinking of writing, like, how do I start earning money? Like, how do I get financial stability through writing, writing copies? Then writing to me is not a big deal. I didn't see it as, oh, that thing that could give me financial stability. Maybe because of how I perceived it, it was more of passion. It's like just the way I also like to knit. So it's like knitting people who sell crochet tops, crochet outfits. And I'm like, I like crocheting, but I don't see myself doing monetizing it basically. So I just feel like, you know what, to take courses in those big things that I feel like, oh, they could land me big money job. So my ultimate goal at the time was to be an operations manager. I wanted to be an operations person. It looked lofty in my eyes, like, oh, I wanted to be a is it COO? Yes, Chief Operation Officer. I was like, in the next 10 years, I want to have my, written my PM. I said 10 years, 5 years at the time. I was so like, oh, I'm going to do project management. I love organizing, da 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 da. So project management, it is. So then I shot my shots. Let me just give you a background story so that you're comfortable, right? So because they asked me to come and share my life story. In the brief, let me tell you guys, they said, oh, we are going to, it's okay if I share story. And they don't know that. So where was I? So I was saying that, okay, so I shot my shot. So how I landed myself at Ingressive for Good, I don't know if you know Ingressive for Good, but Ingressive for Good is an edtech company. They're a very, at the time, they closed operations now, but it was a very large Meta, Coursera, Alphabet, Data Camp, Propel. What's the name of this company that is like a talent management company? Um, Jobberman, yeah. So we collaborated with company. How I got that job was, I don't know. Also know if you know Blessing Habeng, but Blessing Habeng was a co-founder at the time. So she's a brand strategist. strategist, personal branding person. A story that, oh, she's looking for an assistant who has a good writing skill. At Crowd Pass, I can never forget that experience. I know I don't want to do writing again, but it would be interesting to work with Blessing Bank. And then I sent her a DM and tell her that I Blessing, I would love to this. I just know how you do when you are too. Maybe some people do not even know we get there. Sha. I've been working as a writer. Da 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 da. She was like, and she replied me. I cannot forget how I felt when I saw a reply. I was starstruck, like Blessing Bank in my DMs. I wasn't really expecting a response or Adola has been filled because I know Blessing Habeng at the time. And I also know that she has a large network of people. And I know that how jobs mostly work is through recommendation. So I already knew that at least somebody that they know. Like that's how she's going to get it. It's not going to be like, and then she asked me to send my CV and a sample write-up or article that I have. Keep in mind that prior to that, there's this article I eventually with now. I've written an article on brand generalization. I knew that Blessing Habeng is super finicky about personal branding. She loves brand. She loves dissect brands and everything brandish. I just remember that, oh, this topic is going to pique her interests. Now, I cannot deny the God factor, ultimately. And in addition to that, look at how I'm being strategic about shooting my shots. I knew that she was a brand person. I had at the time interest, and so I attached the article and then my CV. And keep in mind, I had a polished CV at the time. I don't know, even before I became a career coach, I've always been particular about my CV because I heard somewhere when someone said your CV is a document, and it just makes me really annoyed whenever I see poorly created CV because this is like a document that could actually give you the financial stability that you wanted. You're looking for a job, you want money, but your CV is nothing to write home about. Even you, gone, if you see your CV, you know that this CV is poorly created, and it's just like you want to travel out and you don't have a visa, or you don't have a passport, and you keep I'm going to Ghana next year. That's a Ghana, no. I'm going to US. I'm going to Canada. I'm traveling. I'm going international, fully sponsored travel. Where's your passport? And I know people that actually one of my friends now she just applied for her passport. She has been saying she would do it. Then she got a job and they're supposed to go to I think something. Thank God that they didn't go. They eventually did it in Lagos. That was when she now started running that she wants to apply. She has still not done it. Now she's asking me that do I know anybody that can help her fast track it. That this if she's open to travel and she doesn't even have a passport, but she lied that yes. So this is like when I'm telling you that people don't do the things that are important to them. Maybe you're even one of them. You'll find out. Anyways, dabble into things. Now I don't know where I was, but let me just try to remember. So I sent my CV and the article. So after she read it, she sent me an email and was like, I guess what she knew she wanted to speak with me just to discuss brand generalization. And after the whole thing, we had the proper interview. Then I already knew that, to be honest, I knew that I wasn't going to work with her. But somewhere in me, I still hope that even if I didn't even know how big I4D was at the time. So I had a very interesting conversation with her. It was more like we were just talking about the things that interest her, the things that, we were just chatting. It was like a conversation, more of a conversation. And I didn't know the guy. Apparently, is an American, but he's in Nigeria. So when I was on the interview with him, his old accent and the strict questions he was asking me, I was just hours am I able to work in a week? And I said 4 hours. He said 4 hours? I'm like, yeah. I knew that I wasn't going to get this job. Fortunately, I did, right? So after I had to tell my mentor at the time, so I called her and I was almost crying that, oh, this is what happened. I'd not even, so I'm going to tell you what she did, what she told me. And I told her, oh, this is what happened. I think I fumbled this thing. I've not heard back from them in a week. Blessing scheduled me for the second interview. Right after our first conversation. So maybe, did you send a thank you email? I was like, what is a thank you email? Like, I did not, okay, I didn't send it. I don't know what it is. I don't know that it's a thing. And out of the generosity of her heart, right? She created one and she sent it to me. And I did. And guess what? They reached out to me. So you see the importance of mentorship and the importance of speaking up and not just giving up completely. Even though you've given up, shots, you don't know, like talk to somebody about it. They may have a solution for you. So they got back to me. I had the last interview. She liked me, surprisingly, only because I was a lot more prepared. But I was also open that it was an internship role, and I was open that I am coming from a writing background. Although at the time, my mentor, who is a renowned career coach, had already started training me. So I was even very first person to, test run a platform where she wasn't. So I told her that these are my, aside writing, I'm also a budding career coach. And I think that was just it because then they are just graduated their very first of talent and then they are looking to place them in jobs. So have views and all of those things. I'm like, here I am. So yes, that was how I got into I4G. And my journey from I4G has been really, really great. Like, check out my LinkedIn. You can see. So yeah, I hope you learned something or two. And then we're getting right into our gist for today. If you're excited, please clap your hands. Ah, this is already clapping. Okay. Thank you. So now I'm looking for my screen again. I'm just going to share again and then start share. So if you have questions in between, you can put it in the chat, right? So we don't. Please, can you see my screen and can you hear me? Please, you have to use the mic because I've left, seemingly left the app.
Yes, ma'am, we can see your screen and we can hear you.
I'm missing. Can you hear me? Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Someone.
yes, we can.
Great, great, great. Thank you so much. So, how to land your dream job? Smart strategies you must know and apply in 2026. I think and also to this topic, you can see how what at the time I had a dream. I knew I wanted to leave writing, even though I'm back to writing. If time permits, I'll tell you why and how. But let's do what we are here to do first. So I had a dream that even though it seemed like a lot to go, I was also willing to start as an intern because I know I don't know jack about project management. So, and you see how I strategically positioned myself, a project management person. She's a creative person. She's a comms brand communications person. But because I feel like she was working with, I wanted to work with her, but I also know she was working with I4G, who similarly are doing something renowned, even though I don't understand the full scope of it. So your dream is free. Oh. I know you've heard it 1 million times. See, you can dream that you want to become the president of Nigeria, or you can even say you want to become the president of the world. There's nobody like there's even though I don't know if it's China or US now, there is a toss there. But you don't know. There is no one person who is the president of. But that person can be you. You can dream. See, you just need to look at like sit down like this, and be having this in your head, or be just be thinking out like I should just become the president of as even as if or I don't know why Tanisha came to mind. But yeah, dreaming is free. You can dream. And but you have to be smart about it. Next. Oh, and Ines already did a good job introducing me. Okay, so I need to shift this up a little bit. Did I just okay. Uh okay. This am I a text is like this? Okay, okay. So in one word, we are going to be answering some. In one word, how do you currently feel about your job search? Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel confused? Do you feel hopeful? Do you feel stuck? Please tell me in the chat. How do you feel? I'm going to be reading the chats. How do you feel? Overwhelmed and stuck. Oh, it's said overwhelmed and stuck. Yeah. So sorry. Anybody else? Stuck, confused. Chidima said she's stuck, confused too, perhaps. Stuck. Hey, God, I beg you. Stuck, stuck, stuck. Okay, so why I had to ask the question is I want to get the temperature of the people who are on this call and how to, channel my conversation. Like a roadblock, and you don't even know how to move, right? Great. My conversation will be answering that question. If you are confused, that means that you don't have, maybe you're it depends on what you're confused about. You, you Philip said none of their books. So tell me which one is yours. That probably means that you're unsure, you don't have clarity. Clarity could be you don't know what you want to do, or you don't know how to do what you want to do. Maybe you are transitioning and you don't know. I believe I'll be answering that question as well. Prince said challenging. I promise you, not oh my goodness. Nothing I wouldn't say that is what I'm most unafraid of, but not having a job is a very difficult place to be in. I mean, it, it can make one very very desperate. And when you're desperate, Philip said, "I'm happy with current job." Oh, nice! I'm glad to hear that you're happy with where you are right now. Why are you now here on this call? Anyways, all right, let's get into it. Thank you for joining, by the way. And so I think that something is wrong somewhere with this. My okay, let's go to our next slide. How many of you have applied to jobs and heard nothing back? Please let me also know in the chat. Okay, how many feel qualified but overlooked? You know that you are qualified for this job, but you feel like somehow you are being overlooked. Like it's like they don't even want to hear from you. So please also let me know in the chat. Also, the problem is really qualification. The problem is positioning. So I know people overdo it sometimes, but I usually advise people to apply if they meet as much as 80% of a job criteria of a job description, right? They should apply for that job. Go through the a job description, and I could tick like 3/5 of it. But in my head, I'm like, maybe it's that two that I don't have that will make them disqualify me. So I'm not going to apply. I some people are I don't think this person is going to invite me for an interview. So maybe not. So and if you fall into that category of people, that may actually be the reason why you're not getting called for interviews. I used to say, and it's still correct, like interviews or the job market is a game of numbers. The more you apply, the more you increase your chances of landing an interview. And I used to say that once you get an interview, I promise you, half of the job is done. Because for me, because I've lots of people, not hundreds yet, but several tens of people. And I've been an HR as well, where I've managed a team. So I know I know a potential when I see one. And I because I used to work for a consulting company. I know one thing with working for a consulting company is you have multiple clients. Meaning, so one of my last clients that I worked with is a construction person. So I recruited for a construction company, qualified people, qualified engineers until I started. I was like, everybody is studying engineering. So there's going to be a lot of qualified people. But I don't know what is about the industry, but you have to be a lot qualified before you are considered for a job. Anyways, I I can identify potential even from CV is a game of perception. I'm speaking as a recruiter now. I don't know you at all, which is why I used to say, put I don't know you. And if you think that HRs don't check LinkedIn, they do. Sometimes my curiosity will lead me to all I see is your CV, and all I want to believe what you have on your CV. I like this person's CV. You have key things that I'm looking for. Okay. Mm, I just feel like this person is a strong candidate. That is how 70% an engineering person. All I have is my client. These are the qualifications that my client is looking for and are looking for. I don't know. I think it's her. Are looking these are the qualifications that my client is looking for. So it's just a game of perception. So if you're not a prayerful person, I'm sorry for you. You will be overlooked. But yeah, that's by the way. So it's just like I feel like this person is a strong candidate. I like what I see. Then I go on LinkedIn, I check. Maybe good for them. Then I check their portfolio. I look at their work samples. Also, do you have a portfolio? Do you have what is like that extra thing that you can use to convince me? Keep in mind, we've not had conversations and I don't know you. So what before? So I want to speak with this person. Do you understand? So yeah, and that is positioning. If you ask me, that is so much more than qualification. How are you positioned? How do you position yourself for the them? You know that this person on gone like this person is actually job hunting. You with the way they're always everywhere, like telling you, oh, I'm now looking for a job, or I'm a writer, I'm a designer. Please, if you have anything, let me know. They're all you just know. But some people you don't even know if they have work. They're just shouting, "No, I'm looking for work," because it can be like desperation as well. But we are talking about positioning. So are you like strategically positioned for the job that you're looking for? Are you in communities where you can get job offers? Are you connecting with people? I know a lot of people on LinkedIn, they go on there and they post articles and stuff. Are you actually making connections? Like when you post something on LinkedIn and somebody replies you, do you engage? Are you thoughtful with your engagement? These things are positioning, like their strategies. I think it was just God telling me to start Substack. I just started Substack because I was bored out of my mind and I wanted to start writing again. And then I opened Substack and I started writing. In fact, I opened Substack 4 months before I started writing because I was struggling with oh, writing. I was just really struggling. But I knew that I would have loved it then if I got the job earlier. Do you understand? So it is strategically positioning. And when I had the interview with my boss, the only thing I have to show her that I'm now a writer page at the time. I went to check if I could, go back, check my back end and stuff. But I couldn't check the back end, but I could see I wasn't impressed with my writing then. I was actually It wasn't really great. I wasn't a great writer at the time. Looking back now, thank God for grace, by the way. So yeah, like it's just being strategic about your position. Imagine I didn't start my Substack. What would I have to show her that, oh, okay, I'm a writer, give me a chance? Because she just gave me a chance. She just gave me a shot, like, okay, I've seen this. I think you have potential. Again, potential. And then she brought me in on a part-time. Like, that is to show you how that she's just trying to give me a shot. And impartiality. Sometimes some people intentionality doesn't look like, oh, it can look like pen and paper planning, or it can look like God just directing you to like to do things and you yield. I don't know if you understand that. But yeah, hiring manager. I like to put this to people when I am reviewing their CV. I'll ask them like, if you are the one, look at your CV from the place of, oh, you want to give this person. I'll ask them, oh, how much is your salary range? Like, how much are you looking for? They tell me. Some people are very, very, very bold. They can say something like, oh, 1.2 million. If they're entry level, so 1.2 to 1.5. Honestly, I think you should start calling big numbers, oh, my dear. Bold. You better be bold. People are actually out there that they're very bold. Oh, yes, someone, especially when I was recruiting for the engineering. Maybe because they think they're engineers. I'll ask them what's, and I'm like, I was just really impressed, to be honest. That's by the way. So I'll ask them that if you're an hiring manager and you're 2 million, say they can do this, and they show you this your own CV. Do you think this CV is what, like this CV, how you crafted this thing, these details on your CV? Do you think is what? Like, do you think you give that person, oh, take 1.2 million naira and come and work for me? Like, you can you trust this person to deliver the job that you want them to deliver? And then they will now critically look at their, that is when they will now sit down to say, so just, and that's all I need. Can you just put yourself in the recruiter's shoes, looking at your CV, looking at your LinkedIn or your portfolio, and be like, would I hire myself? Am I hireable? And do I deserve this salary range that I want? Do you understand? And that changes a lot of things. So, what would, if you were hiring for your dream role, what would frustrate you about candidates? Now, I know. Let me see. I want to see. Oh, someone said the voice is not consistent. The audio. Please let me know. Is this still consistent, or is it still not consistent? Rather, please let me know. Okay. So I hope it is. So I'll just go on so we don't, waste time. Manager would be looking for the following thing: problem solving ability. So now, in your CV, on your CV rather, how do you position your skills and responsibilities? How to go about it? But like, look at it from a lens of, I want this person to do a particular work, and how have they proven to me that they can do it? You know that I don't know you, I've not met the things that you write. If you tell me that, oh, you've written 5 articles and maybe your article is on the search engine, whatever, whatever, I don't know, SEO, like, like that, and I go and check and it is indeed there, I know that, oh yeah, this person know what they're doing. So how have you demonstrated problem solving ability? Do you have evidence of results? For some people, the evidence of results could be their portfolio, could be their LinkedIn, could be how they are positioning themselves online, or it could be recommendation. That could be some people's evidence of result for those who are transitioning. So you want to convince me that now you can do the job. How do you show me that you can easily adapt? Have you, maybe not even career wise, but have you demonstrated adaptability in any way? Like, if I check out your maybe right or the role that you have done, how you have moved. Some people in a particular role, they don't do, especially if you work with startups, right? You don't do the work only on that is only on your job description. You do some other things that are not necessarily on your job description. Conversing with the interviewer, how have you shown adaptability, communication clarity? I need you to be 100% clear. By clear, I don't mean shallow. I mean in detail. But tell me, like, make it visual. As I'm reading it, let me be able to visualize it. If it's, or you've used it to cut operational costs, I want to be able to visualize it, the problem that you have solved, the things that you have done. Don't just say use data to solve problems. What kind of problem? Is it operational problem? Is it sales problem? Is it problem? What kind of problem? I need you to tell me. I need you to be very detailed. Ownership mindset. This I have seen a lot. You know, when you can just be having interview with somebody, and you can tell if they've seen themselves as, so they are trying to play safe. But when you hear things like people using we already in interviews, like if I ask you a question now, like, oh, now I'm sure you must have checked our website before joining this interview. What do you think can be improved? And you say something like, oh, your website is this and this and this. I'm not even offended. I won't be offended. But the problem is just, it's not even a problem. I have just known that you have not seen yourself as part of us yet. So you're saying something like, oh, your website is actually great, but your color, your designer can do better with doing. And they say, oh, our website actually looks great. I think what we can do better. I'll be like, I think you are toasting me there. Because you already like see things that we can, it's a we thing, right? So little details. I answered the question to the best of my ability. I did the best, but details like that is actually important because everybody wants somebody that will not give. I'm hiring you and I'm paying you. I don't want you to. I want you to ease my, my burden, right? But if you don't see this for your coworker, not your family, accept, like, you can talk about it like we are not family. Yeah, fine and good. But when you are working for the good of the company. You are working to help them make sales. You are doing it as if it is your own. You are stewarding it properly. Like you're actually working, like it's this company, oh, is not my responsibility. The success of this company is not my responsibility. That is what I want to hear. That is what I want to see if I'm hiring you. I we are in our first conversation. I already know someone who is like, oh, I've done my job, the rest is up to you. Like I did what I'm paid to do. Though you might think that, oh, you have to be safe. It's not your father's company. Hello, I'm paying you, and you said you can do this job, right? So do it and do it well. Sorry. So this is a mini exercise that you're going to do. I'm trying to run fast because I want to take questions, and time is not on our side anymore. So a mini exercise is the main problem my dream employer is trying to solve is dash. So you probably don't something. I'm trying to get to a point. So this shift your thinking, like I said there, from job seeker to solution provider. See, a lot of interviews or looking for a job generally or landing your dream job is a lot has to do with your mindset. I don't know how to explain. I'm not a psychological person, but maybe Eunice can help us, Sha. But it just has to do with when you shift your mind from, oh, this thing is a problem. I was to do a particular thing, and I know that if I mess this thing up, so I was to work with one of our clients, right? She was trying to build a personal brand, and I know that if I this is an in the contract, or she's going to cancel straight up. There's no conversation. So I'm like, hey God, I just have to do this thing well. There is no in between. But I was trying to be like, I was not trying to say, even if it doesn't go well, I'll just take it as I was just like, ah God, if this thing don't go well. Before I was like, if I mess this thing up, I should just go and resign. But I'm like, if I mess it up, I've learned the greatest, I will learn the greatest lesson. I kept saying that, like, this can be a very great lesson for me. Oh, if I mess this thing. Like, it just really changed our perspective. And I just eased into it. And eventually it turned out really amazing. She even sent me us. I mean, like, you did this, right? So yeah, I mean, just shift your thinking from, oh, this thing could go wrong. Oh, how many jobs do I even have to apply before I get a job? Those you're seeing yourself as a job seeker. But if you see yourself as, oh, people would, come on interview and they are very confident. So confident that someone joined my interview one time and they were doing like this on their chair. I don't know if you can see me. But they were not only slouching, like, okay, oh, me, I've never done this before. Oh. But they were just very confident. To be fair, they answered they answered all the questions. If you're experiencing instability, oh, ah, I'm using. Let me try to change my internet. Let me see if it's. Oh Lord, it's not gonna work. Please give me a minute. Let me change my internet. Okay, so I'm going to speak for a few minutes now, and you let me know um if it's still breaking. So yeah, so this shifts your thinking from job seeker to solution provider, meaning that you are now very confident. Like, you don't need them; they are the one that need you. Your approach towards job seeking changes completely. Like I wrote here, have you noticed that when you look around for problem, you will find one. If it's problem that you're looking for, you find many. And that will lead me to my next thing. But before I say what I want to say next, am I still breaking, please? Am I still breaking? Let me put it here. Am I still breaking? Is it better? Is it more consistent? No, okay, I think it's more consistent now. I have to bring. Oh, thank you so much, Itunu. Thank you. All right. Oh, thank you. I should have brought my Wi-Fi closer since. Thank you. So sorry about that. But I hope you still understand what I've been saying so far. Please, do you still understand? Let me know if you're doing the chat. So, like I said, if you're looking for a problem, you will see, like you always see. It could be as small as I don't know how often you use Twitter. I don't use Twitter anymore. But when I used to use Twitter, I've seen people get jobs by just commenting on a CEO's post on their commenting on their thread. I've seen people just say, "Oh, you sound interesting. Tell me more about this," and they put their email, and they just well. I also happened to see one interview question one time where they were asking this when they asked go on it was like a pre-test interview test, and they said go on our website, look at something is wrong on our website, tell us what it is, and create a case study around it. So it's like even before you get to the level to an interview that they how about you, maybe your dream company could be Meta, could be any dream company that you have. Go on their website, go on their app, and just try to get an email address that is solid, that you get a response for CEO and managing director. people that they have multiple people under them that they'll probably not even see your email. How about you look at the employees under in that company, looking how instead of reaching out to the CEO, how about you reaching out to the maybe head of writing department or the lead writer or the lead editor? You're more likely to receive a response from those people than the CEO himself. My point now is that you shift to solution provider. When you now shift to solution provider, you tend to ask questions. You tend to look at for, oh, what, where are the loopholes? Maybe you want to be a social media manager. There is this brand or there is this person that you feel like, oh, maybe they could do better with their video to do other things and just pitch yourself to edit their be their video editor. One time, there's this lady that pitched, which was actually really smart. So I don't know if you know Opeyemi Famaki, and you know that he's a food critic. So this lady made a video and she was saying something like, oh, this is an upload. She, told him that, oh, he creates nice videos, she likes his critic and stuff. But she has noticed that his video does not have subtitles, captions, what we call captions, right? That means that a limited number of viewers is going to be like, and sometimes not times while he's making a video. And even aside that, statistics show that when your video is subtitled, it gets more interaction. Me, for a fact, I'm very honest with you. I'm scrolling on Instagram. My sister may not know that I'm even on Instagram because she will not hear any sound. I'll just be reading subtitles and looking at people's reaction because I don't even want to hear any sound at all. So I do that, and I know there are a lot of people that also do that. They don't just scroll soundless. Yeah, but she made a claim, and she was like, I'm advising you to start adding captions to your video, and if you're considering, I could take that stress off your table. And I'll send this to you. You guys help me send this to Kwemi Famaki. Help me tag him in the comments. And she also put her email address, or you can reach out to me via da 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 da. I, I didn't know. I don't know where that ended. I don't know if she got the job. Anyway, has. I don't know. But the point is that that was so smart. That was so smart, super smart. So you begin to look out for problems. You see someone who you know that they are an expert in what they do, but they should as they should post, and you just that kind of take initiative to pitch off to them, tell them, oh, I noticed that you provide, so you talk about, sorry, excuse me, you talk about this and this and this and this, and you don't post as much as I think that I'm a creative strategist, I'm a da 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 da. I could help you create a 3 month calendar and scripting for your videos so you have more things to post or you have more time to post, or I could help you if you're a virtual assistant. I could help you, manage your calendar or just kind of like make their life easier, better, so they have more time to post. One, I'll be very impressed because, oh, come on. So you care about me. Not only do you care about me, you've actually studied how many times I post, and you're foreseeing that maybe I would like to post more. You are trying to help me manage my life better. Even if I don't, I would bring them on. Or if I know somebody that wants something, I would be happy to recommend them because they take initiative. Do you understand? So we are always waiting for a job opportunity to open before we, apply. How about you being proactive enough to start a job via application, job boards, and stuff like that? But some people will not land their dream job if they don't put themselves out there and say that, hey, please, oh, I'm looking for a job. But like I said, you don't have to shout, "Sir, I'm looking for a job before you get a job." Look at some examples that I've just given you. Do you understand? Rather than reaching out, the first one, rather than reaching out to CEOs, MDs, and stuff, how about you reach out to people that are just like a little above your current level? Maybe they even want a personal assistant. You might not get into that company, but you can work for them. And in working for them, who knows what will come out openly on social media. And if you are not a social media person at all, you can keep applying directly to job boards and when you see applications. However, be strategic about it. Do you understand? So define your dream role. Most people don't have a dream role. They have a vague wish, like I did. Most people is me. I was actually. I used to be most people. I wanted to be a CEO so bad. Like I wanted it so bad. If you ask me why, I don't even know why. In fact, while I was at I4G, I was doing programs and community management. It got to a point I was doing pure operations. I was working on spreadsheet like even me, I'm surprised now. I don't even know if it's high volume. I think 100,000 people are applying for to get into our program. Think managing our largest community is 10,000. Our lowest is 1,000. This is not like random people, like individual, like what you can head count. You have head counts. That is how much we. That's how detailed. How did like you just have to be very smart. You have to, and our success rate when it comes to program completion is like 50%. And of course, not everybody will graduate, but for people that graduate, for in every cohort, we always help them get jobs. So it's like, and I wasn't only program management, I was talent placement manager. I did only work for I4G. When I had my interview with CCO, at the time they weren't supposed to even accept me because I was still serving then. So they didn't know that I was still serving. Again, you can confuse your employer. Oh. Look at CCO, they didn't know that I was still serving because our conversation was just so good. They were impressed. I was talent placement officer. They were like, oh, this is something that they've been really, really looking for somebody. And I was just saying everything that they wanted. They forgot the criteria for employment. What is wrong with me? So they forgot the criteria. They just wanted me on the team. And they did. They tried, said they won't be able to bring me on full term because of something, something, something. But I'm like they can have me on fixed term until I'm done with my service. And I'm like, okay, I'll take it. And that was how I got it. Like they will create that space for you. If you know what you are doing, they will create that space for you. Do you understand? Like this is how did I land here? Yeah, they don't have it, they have a vague reach, and then that's my story, Sha. But I left it still mainly because it was an on-site thing. And they were asking, I don't know, they at the time they were already planning a for me to work hybrid level, but I was just so done. Like going to work every day. So I'm so sorry to you guys that you go to work every day. I did it last week. I went out 3 times and, and I would not recommend. But really, I might actually anyways, I left this year mainly because of that and because I was bored out of my mind. I didn't like what I was doing anymore. But it's not really a creative task if you ask me. Anyways, that aside. So I thought I was moving towards my dream job, operation, simplify your life. Like I can give you strategy that I can systemize your life. Let's just have a discovery call. I'm just kidding. But that's how good I actually am. I'm really, really good at the job that I do. And CEO because it was prestigious. Like you respect me. Now I remember what I was trying to say. But the problem is that I was working. It just depends on where you're working. When you're working at. At, that last week outing that I said I asked quite on the. I don't want to mention their names because this is being recorded, right? But I realized that if I was as little as being a project manager in this company, it would have been more of being of looking like you know what I'm trying to say. I would have had that self validation, but I was a program manager for a startup, an edtech. But I'm grateful to God. I really am grateful to God. So now look at these two personas. Person A said, I want a good job. Person B said, I want a remote marketing analyst role in a fintech company. That already, she's not going to take anything if it is not remote, if it is not in marketing, if it is not in a fintech company, she's not going to take it. So she knows what she's looking for. Some people, I know that you can be frustrated and you be like, oh, I just want anything. But that means that this webinar is not for you, because the topic of the webinar says how to find your dream role, and you have to be able to define what your dream role is. Just define it. Like I had my I was really honest with you. I had mine defined at the start, but this thing is a journey. Like it's really a journey. And along the way, I realized that I want to do. I used to tell people that me, I don't know if I'm a risk taker, but tomorrow, if I feel like it's basketball that is it's basketball that is now, my interest. I'll pivot. Like I can. You have to be that flexible with yourself, with your life. Like it is your life. You cannot waste it on what would people say, or what if. Now this is advice is not for everybody. Sure, you understand? One of the people that spoke at the event, at the conference I was last week, she said she has been with the company that cannot be me, but she was really taken care of, and she was honest enough to say that she had played different parts. So it wasn't just legal and advisory that she did all through. She has worked in different departments in the company, so she was not bored. So maybe if I had something like that, I would not be job hopping as such. So yeah, be very, very specific. Specificity attracts opportunities. So that you not be a data analyst and somebody will be calling you to come and become a PA, and you take it because you don't even know what you want. You just want a good job, right? You can take it though, but sure, know that there is aim. Even the Bible says, write the vision, make it clear, make it crystal clear, make it clear. It has to be clear. Like ultimately, like it can be blurry later, because as mine was, it became blurry. And I know that, let me just go back to my first love. Maybe from there we'll work things up. But nothing missing, nothing broken. Because now I'm speaking to you because of the track record I had. Do you know? Like, do you know? Is that making sense? So next is career positioning exercise. So how do you now position yourself? So I want to take a screenshot of this or something so I don't waste much time here. I help dash achieve dash by dash. So look at the examples here. I help small businesses. Like I said, you have to put the power in your hand. Don't put yourself at the mercy of a recruiter. First, put yourself, make yourself the cake. I am the deal. I am the cake. I am the yourself. Like I don't say mean being over proud. Don't be too proud, but don't think that because we can smell desperation. Like I was interviewing one person one time, and he's living in, I think, Uyo, or so. I don't even know what I was thinking inviting him for that interview. And I said, "Oh, this company is in Lagos, so and it's a 9 to 5 on-site role." Actually, he has worked in several states, in different states on his CV. That was why I invited him. So I thought maybe he has family here and there. And I was like, "Oh, I'm presently in, I think, Uyo or Port Harcourt or something." But I'll come to Lagos. I'm like, "Oh, great. Do you have fun?" I was like, "No, I've not been to Lagos before, but I'll get an apartment. I will settle down. Don't worry, I will just be there." I knew that this person is desperate. What do you mean you get an apartment? You just like so now you are resuming in 2 weeks. You want to house hunt for 2 weeks in Lagos. Are you joking? You are desperate, and you will say anything when you're desperate. Now you come after 2 months, you resign, you start put me under the same circle of looking for somebody to fill your role. So all I'm saying is that that could have passed as, oh, this person is very passionate, but it's not passion, it's desperation. So we can smell desperation. So please don't put the power in your hands. So what do you do? What are you going to do for me? Why do I need you? Why do I need you in my life? Like, how are you going to help me make some money? Ultimately, I'm talking as a recruiter now. we want to make the company more money. Ultimately, when I'm hiring you, something I'm looking for. This your content that you are going to post. You might not, it may not be under your jurisdiction, but in my head, I'm like, maybe, it could bring us more clients. If you are creative enough, enough, you do something outstanding, maybe empty sponsorship because you're creative. So now tell me, how are you creative? How are you going to be creative? How are you going to help my brand make some money? I hope that gives you perspective. So look at other things that are there so we don't waste time. Next. So now let's talk about CV. Why most CV fails? Please and please, if you have questions, just be putting them in the chat because time is running. What feedback have you received about your CV before? Some people have not even done a CV audit before. Problems with CV are, but not limited to, no metrics, too generic, responsibilities not results, no tailoring. Your CV is not fine-tuned for the job you are looking for. Why? I know it's too much work. My friend, one of my friends, every time, sometimes she dabbles into comms. And there was one time she was looking for one season she was looking for a job. She was always sending different versions of the same CV to me. Oh, she would send me the job description and then her CV. She would just sending me, say, oh, Dalakwa, please let me check. Does it speak well? Because I've told her that now I'm going to tell you how to, if even if your CV is going to be reviewed by a tracking system, it's like a tool that recruiters use. It is embedded in most job boards. So when you apply for jobs online, even LinkedIn, do you know that? I don't know if there's a recruiter on the call. On LinkedIn, if I'm putting out a job opportunity on LinkedIn, like, oh, I'm hiring for this role. On the back end, I can set it to automatically reject, give it criteria, and then if you don't meet that criteria, you get an automatic rejection. That's just to tell you that you have to tailor your CV. Some CVs don't even reach the recruiter's desk before they are. You get the gist. There was something I didn't say. When I applied for CC Up role, I didn't apply for talent placement officer role. I applied for a program related role, but not for edtech catalyst system industry. But I didn't get it because I don't have any experience and they wanted a senior person. But in conversations, they realized that I am the person they've been looking for talent placement. And so we had a very interesting conversations. That's to tell you that me, I used to shoot my shot. If I see that it's and for me, CC Up, it was more about the company. You know what it means working with CC Up? Like there are what's that there try go and look for them. And then capital is also one big hot cake industry that I wanted. Me before, I had lofty dreams. Like I have lofty ideas. So anywhere that is happening, and I feel like, oh, the only reason why I didn't do forex and all of this was because conversations. I'm averse to it in a way, right? So I'm just telling you to shoot your shots anywhere, anyhow. So far it aligns with it. Who knows what will come out of it? Anyway, back to class. So your CV is not tailored. So I was saying that there are 80 applicant tracking system that are every job boards. So you get disqualified before a recruiter even looks at your CV. You're already because you don't meet their criteria. So my friend will send me a CV and the job description so that I can look at it if it fits. So what I do is I tell her like if I use any job description to create my CV, I can except there's just something else that is wrong where they don't want me, but they will actually I would want I will but because I will meet the criteria. Like I'm basically using what you're asking for is splattered everywhere on my CV. So you're going to have me. So that's one tip that giving like that. So look at this, responsible for managing. Look at this refined one. You can read it by yourself, And notes, numbers and percentages give specifics and are great for your resume. So when you say you're responsible for managing projects, and you tell me that, oh, you are responsible for managing 10 projects in 5 months, or you manage here, I am able to visualize it. Like I am able to see, because I'm reading. I don't know you. I can only see what you said you have done. But when you now make it a lot more specific, I can visualize. Do you understand? So your CV must answer what you did when you were at the job. See, what did you do for the company? How did you make their life better? Period. So interviews are sales conversation. So tell me, what do you fear most about interviews? Look at, like, that is how I approach things. You will notice that I've been asking questions first. I asked a lot of questions. Like I tried to ask as much as I can. So if you can inculcate that, you can ask people, but ask yourself, like really reflect. So what do you fear most? So now I'm telling you that interview, they test clarity, they test confidence, credibility, emotional intelligence, cultural fit. You cannot just dabble into an interview without you almost feel woefully. Do you understand? So the test clarity. How clear are you about what I'm asking you to come and do? How articulate are you with your thoughts? Some people, I'll tell them, oh, tell me about yourself. Oh, my name is Adedolapo Lawal, and I am a writer. I'll be quiet because I'm expecting more. First impression lasts longer. See, that first question can answer the other three questions that a recruiter have. And I'm telling you because I have prepared interview questions. In my head, I'm like, in case they did not tell me everything that they do, I'll just ask them, oh, tell me about your past role. Before like reading it to pitch, sell yourself. Like I said, they are sales conversation. And you can't just do sell yourself like that. You have to have practiced. So before, when I was training to be then and reading my bio at the time, I practiced it. Like if anybody, because then my mentor was like, there's something called elevator pitch. She would say you are in an elevator with Barack Obama. It is always Barack Obama. I don't know why. Maybe because she's in the US. In a minute of maybe 30 seconds to pitch yourself. How are you going to go about it? So I have to write it down because I needed to be clear. And I rehearsed. So whenever I'm going to the interviews, I know what to say. Now, because I have diverse experience now, I know what to say when I'm meeting. If you are a writer myself, if you're into talent management, I know how to introduce myself. You have to be clear. You have to be confident. We've talked about that. The power you are they are the one that need you. If you don't join their company, they will keep pushing out rubbish designs. If you don't join their company, see their sales strategy will still, their blog post will still be rubbish. Sorry, but they need you. You have to see it that way. Like they need you. Credibility. Also, are you credible? If you say that you met 100% of your KPIs, can I trust you? And even though you are able to wiggle your way around getting the, like, is this really the person I spoke with during the interview? I don't understand. Why are you like this? Do you get? And emotional intelligence. How are you? I don't even know how to this is interesting because I don't know how to explain how you can be emotionally intelligent in an interview. But you really can in the way you talk. Now you respond questions, right? And cultural fit. Do you fit their culture? There's this brand that I really really love, Zikoko. I know that their culture cannot be strict professionally. There was one time they did come to the office, dress to the office there or something like that. And I've seen people wear shorts to the office. But you can't try that do you understand? Like understand the culture. I know, like when I had the interview with CC up then, the interviewer actually made me a lot comfortable. Felix told me his name is Gen Z HR. Was like be very comfortable. So I'd gone to see that he's a Gen Z person. So we had conversations. In fact, my brother walked in that day, and I was, noticed that I was distracted, and was like, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. You can turn off your video, your mic, and sort out. I know. I laughed and I said, oh, my brother is there. I need to just, and I turned on my video, my mic, and I shouted at him to not spoil my life and get out of this room right now. Do you understand? So that is just to tell you that you look at the also test for cultural. This might be within your, you know, your control zone or not. So some people that their personality does not even fit the company. I don't know if I will do well if I'm working for a forex or trading company. Do you understand? So next, so that's just in terms of sales conversation. Like you're selling yourself, you are selling, so you better prepare. You want confidence, but they are still going to give you money for your work. So they need to see results. So start story builder. You can see these stories highlighted because you are just telling stories. Like I have been telling stories since morning. You can see that I've been telling stories. I know I've been telling a lot of stories because I want to drive on my point. So when you answer interviews, sorry, when you answer interview questions, there is this approach that career coach called STAR, is a STAR approach. So like STAR, sorry, not STAR, but you can remember it with STAR. So S is for situation, T is for task, A is for action, R is for result. So if you don't know how to answer interview questions, how do you go? You narrate the situation. What is the action? Like what is the task? What is meant to be done? How did you approach what is meant to be done? What is the result? So this is an example. I'll give you a few minutes to read this. Give me a minute to no worry, don't give me a minute. Let's talk, let's just read to solve the difficult problem. What's the situation? So let's say a client's project was 2 weeks behind due to poor team coordination. So what is the task? Like what are you meant to do? So I needed to get it back on track without losing the client. So what did you now do? So I aligned both teams, design and the engineering team, that you should align with them. You introduce a shared tracker, meaning you're taking initiative, right? And held short daily check-ins, like stand-up that they'll call it in what's it called in tech. You have daily check-ins with everybody, and then you encourage them to fill the track manager. So what is the result of this whole thing? Did you still lose the clients? Did you complete the task? Did you what happened? We deliver 24 hours early and retain the client for a follow-up contract. Yay! You can see. So when they ask you, tell me about a time you solved a difficult problem. Tell me stories. Don't fabricate stories. But that's just a beautiful time to shoot your shots, really, to just bamboozle us, HRs, but ensure that you're doing it lightly. Tell me about a time you handled conflicts. So two team members disagreed on campaign strategy. As team lead, I had to resolve it quickly, of course. I facilitated discussion and proposed A/B testing both sides. Engagement increased by 42% and team collaboration improved. See that you could have easily said team A won and then we had to, because you are not trying to, what shall happen? The work is shall done, and everybody is happy, period. So you have to be, I think that's what emotional intelligence does. How you answer questions, like I said. And the third one is what? Tell me about a setback or failure and how did you handle it? 1 minute, please. Yeah. And how did you handle it? So I presented a proposal that didn't align with the client's updated priorities. I needed to recover the opportunity. I took proposal. The proposal was approved and I created a pre-alignment checklist to prevent recurrence. Hallelujah. Next. So what would your 2026 career blueprint look like? Write them down. Don't let them be in your head, though. Write them down. See, I don't know, but your January New Year resolution, if you look like, oh, I want a job, I want to increase my income by 50%, I want to have worked with ABC brand, I want to get brand deals, I want to have manage 8 brands. It's not clear enough. Let's have that. Target roles. So now, what are your skill gaps? What do you need to get a response from these people? What do you need to have to increase your income. Maybe your company, you have KPIs. Do you need to change jobs? Do you need to get there? Who are you going to speak with? Or like say, how many jobs are you going to apply to in a day? How are you going to research these jobs? Do you have there? I didn't have it, but I'm going to talk about it. List of where you can get jobs from, job boards and stuff. Stamp your CV. Are you going to take a course? What do you think you had to your I remembered, I don't know if you've seen this, but it was all over social media. There's a clip by Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika. I think she was at, I think, CCI. She was saying things, she was talking about herself and how she had to, go and get an MBA despite pregnant with her last child, because she looked at, oh, if she's going to speak to, I was still telling my dad, and I was explaining to him that, oh, like, if you want to if you want to demand something from somebody. So we're talking about my career, of course, which is funny because I seldom have these conversations with him. And it was like, oh, like, and he was gingering me. Oh, this. I'm like, if you want to collect something from Dangote, for instance, he's not going to give me because of course, he's going to give me because I'm Adedolapo Lawal. But he's not going to give me only because of that. If he sees that, oh, this person has a master's in Spain, she has two masters, one in Germany, one in Spain, and she is like, she's not like, it might look like that is it though. I'm giving you for free. And that is called positioning, like we talked earlier, strategic positioning. So I was telling my dad that if you want to collect something from somebody, how do you won't just snatch it from them now. Do you understand? Like, you are demanding a 1.2 million to 1.5 million salary expectation. What do you have? I'm not just going to give you 1.2 million because you said that you're good at your job. Do you have what certification do you have? Maybe you studied, do you finish with first class? Like, you can, I'm not just going to take your word for it because I don't know you. But if you have done business before, or through recommendation, somebody that I trust, there's still a currency being spent. It just might not be your own currency. Somebody's trust is on the line. Do you understand? So yeah, what are the gaps that you need to fill? So now you see that nothing goes for nothing, especially in develop your you need to get a master's, you need to get an MBA, you need to get a certification, you need to write PMP to be able to access some doors. Do it. Otherwise, you will not be able to, or it's going to be extra difficult. But just it really just covers everything. But God is not a wasteful master. It doesn't waste resources. So even though you understand. So two people I need to connect with. So who and who do you need to connect with? If I tell you right now that, oh, 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 maybe you don't know everybody in this class. I have $6 million, and that's a sweet to hear. I say, oh, I have $6 million, and I'm going to give it to Ines. Ines, you have to pick one person that is going to, that you're going to work together to multiply this money in 32 months. Yeah, give or take. Like, maybe not in this room. Ines, you already know who you would talk to, that they will not mismanage the money. You guys are going to be very, really, really smart about it. So, do you have people like that? Now, you need a job in the oil and gas industry. You don't even first look at your circle and look at, like, who can I talk to? Like, which of my friends studied engineering? How can I start asking them questions? But you're just applying to Shell. Sorry, is it Shell? No, Dangote Refinery. You're applying to Oando. You're applying AP. You're just applying every different graduate trainee. You've not asked questions. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? So who and who do I need to talk to? One action this week. This week, oh, what are we doing? What are we doing this week? You, Ines. So I keep saying Ines, right? Because or it's new. What are you going to do this week that will move you a step further to your dream job? So recommendations. This is what I called it the God factor, really. Because referrals are not luck, they are strategic relationships. You didn't get the job by luck. Oh. You were strategic with your relationship. Like you were just strategic. There is nothing like there is luck, sha. There is luck. There is really luck, but not referrals. Referrals are not luck. You're like I said, you're spending somebody's currency. It may not be your own, but somebody's trust, somebody's word is on the line. Do you understand? So opportunities flow through people. Connection. And you don't see one thing I detest the most are people who they'll leave their immediate friends, but they want to form clique with people who have already made it or who are like out there because they feel like they've given up on their friends. They've given up on themselves too, but they don't even know it. Because you feel like, oh, you cannot build something with people that you have. Like you cannot see. I'm not saying like you should not, try to make friends and build people. It's even I can smell desperation. If you're moving to me because of what I have, I don't have much yet though. And I see that you're always just asking. I just know, and I think some people are like that. So you just know when somebody wants they have an ulterior motive. It's not you they like. Maybe they even after 3 days they will tell you, "Oh, I've been trying to reach out to this person. Do you have their number?" They know you have their number, oh. But you cannot say no because even yourself, you think that this person like you. Okay. Anyways, 70% roles are filled through networking. Period. They are filled through networking. Like that's just it. The remaining 30%, people will fight for it. People that they don't know. Like when I was recruiting for engineers and designers, I was so pained that I have saying that this is the downside of working in only of having people in only one industry. Like I have a lot of people in tech. I'm now having people in writing now and create in the creative space. But imagine I had, because I used almost 6 months, though, if not more than 6 months, to fill up. I think I was able to fill up 13 to 15 rows, if I'm not mistaken. 6 months. I promise you, if it was graphic designer or writer or something like that that we were looking for. One batch. So we are recruiting for we are recruiting everybody, like everybody, whatever makes a company functional and a company like construction company. So I had filled up chief of staff of office assistant, admin and stuff. I had filled those ones long ago. So the core people that would actually do work was not I was so super stressed. And I actually do you know I actually sent emails to School of Technologies to lecturers. That was how desperate I was. But I know that these people will be in a particular and those people, I don't know, they are really on social media. I have five advice to give on LinkedIn. Those ones, they just even if they're on LinkedIn, they don't have anything. They are just there. Like it was quite difficult, right? But yeah, like through networking, that's just what I'm trying to establish. Networking, like the community of people. Because I know that those guys, they will all be in the same place. Like they will have mostly hearts or like their hearts really. Employers trust referrals faster. Even you trust referral faster. If your friend tell you that, oh, they have somebody that will do the job well, you most likely go with that person than trying to look for some applicant pool. 100%. Credibility transfers from the referrer to you 100%. Like I said, you are using somebody's currency. They don't know you, they don't trust you, but they trust somebody that said they know you. How to get recommended intentionally. Be visible. Attend events, be on LinkedIn, just be visible. Whatever visibility means to you, be there. Be there. Be there. Add value before asking. What are you bringing to the table? This is where you ask. You actually tell them what you are bringing to the table. Build genuine relationships. Make it easy for someone to refer you. ask clearly and confidently. Like I said, they need you. Then you need to. They actually need you. If you are not there, they will be using extra time to find somebody that will come and speak to them, to their talents. So the ball is in your own court. So you ask confidently. Look, now look at this. So I saw this yesterday and I was like, oh, I need to add this to my slide. Please let us all read though. A candidate applies for my internship role, 200K max salary. But on seeing his application CV, I saw that it was better than an intern. I upgraded CV catered to his level and he did excellently well. Now, I have just called him to inform him of the offer I sent to his email for 1.2 million total package. If this is not God, tell me with this. On the call, he said he was going for midweek service. I can imagine his dance in church this evening. I love my job sometimes. Now, this person is a very good person. See, I have fought for people like they will not even know what I've done for them. Some people that have, if your clients tell you that this is their range, I try to work with their range sometimes. So I'll let them know that with this range, because I've done research, because I'm not in all industries. I'll tell them that, oh, with this your range, this is if you see senior level, the senior level person don't know their worth. Or maybe they're just desperate and you don't want a desperate person. So junior level, if they agree, no, if they don't agree. So if in the course of having interviews, I meet someone who I think is really good, like really, really good, and I really think this person will benefit this company, and they ask for something. Maybe they ask for, let's use this case study now. Maybe they ask for like 300K. Our budget is 200K. I'll say, oh, our budget is this. Of course, they'll not, even if they want to accept, I'll tell them that, oh, let's have a conversation with, because you really need to just have the fear of God in you. Sure, you understand? So, because if they accept, they may not last in that role. And that's the thing with talent. If you accept a job that they offer you less than what you deserve, as you are entering that job, you're already looking for another job. Me self, as I'm saying yes, so I'm already looking for another one. And we don't like it's trouble for HR if you don't know. And so I'll say that, oh, so I'll go back to my client and say, oh, this client, oh, this guy wants 300. I know our budget is 200, but is there anything we can do? Maybe meet them halfway with 250 or something. And then we negotiate. They may say no, because I don't know if you've worked with clients before. No is their favorite word. No, no. Speaking with other people. I will not try to go and now convince that person that, oh, this is our budget, then please accept. It's like me, I'm begging. Like I'm begging you. So, and you know, as an HR, it doesn't really put you in a good light like that. So I can be diplomatic and say, oh, ask, and this is our budget. I'll be honest with you, this is our budget, 200K. I know you said you wanted 300K, but yeah, I'll keep my email open for the next 2 weeks in case you change your mind. So I'm giving them time to think. I'm not forcing them to make a decision right on that call. And I'll just close it like that. So if they want and say, oh, so 250K, let's do 250K. And then he agrees, and I'm able to like convince the person that you'll meet halfway, but promise them other packages. Do you understand? And there are other cases where I be like, oh, this person really is more experienced. And I'm like, no, we cannot. This is what this person deserves. Do you get? Usually, people know what they deserve. People, and some people don't even know what they deserve. They just want something. But it's not everybody that'll be like, oh, guy, HR, like this. You understand? They will exploit you. Some HRs are very terrible people because so anyway, he did that for this guy, and he himself was so pleased. So the continuation, a candidate applied for my internship. Oh my god, like, oh my god, oh goodness, this is not the end. But anyway, the end was, and he was saying that I can imagine the kind of dance and testimony he is going to give in church today, which was really, really interesting. So that brings me to the end of my slide. So if you have questions, let me stop sharing my screen. Okay. Oh, my video is still on. So I wasn't
Wow.
shouting. In case you think that I was shouting, I wasn't shouting at you guys. Maybe I was at some point. But yeah, I hope you get the gist of positioning. You have to be strategic about it. There's no two way about it. There's no magic anywhere. It's just strategy. Like I said, I can if you have a discovery call, just tell me your problem. Maybe it comes to being a career coach too as well. Like I will tell you what you're not doing right, what you should do. The problem is not in listening the what the problem is in now taking action. I don't know if you understand that. So yeah, I hope you all land your dream jobs this year. And it would be really, really nice to get testimonials at the end of the year. So like when she was reading my profile, I'm going to wrap up now. When she was reading my profile, she started training about 50K people. And out of those 50K people, only 1,000 people were able to get jobs. Because ultimately, it's not about finding a job for somebody. They need to also, like, there's work to be done on. Some people cannot answer that request. Tell me about yourself. The accent on the person at the end of the day. Just hold on. So it is still your own job. It is still your job. Sorry, but it's just still your job. You just need to do it. Like looking for a job is a job in itself. Some people are so blessed, like I am, to have referrals. Like most opportunities I've gotten has been through, oh, somebody told me, somebody told me, somebody told me. Because I have track records. See, I was writing on LinkedIn as if I was always posting on I haven't posted on LinkedIn in a very long time. Now, again, I'm transitioning and I'm asking myself so many questions. I was posting, I even have a page, my career hack, while I was sharing testimonials. I was putting myself out there. So I'm not surprised. I thank God for it, but I'm not surprised that opportunities are coming. That's just how it works. This is people right now. Yeah, over to you, Ines.
Wow. Even me self that is because I have learned a lot today. Wow. Thank you for pouring so much of yourself for us. Thank you. I have learned a lot and I'm sure that everyone here has learned at least two things. It's not even one, two. Thank you so much. So do we have any questions for our guests for Ms. Dolapo? Please send your questions to the group. I'll be on the lookout for your questions. Caleb said I should work on my CV again. Yes, 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 totally. You need to work on your CV because that is one of the things that speaks for you, even when you're not there, till when you're called upon. So let us send our questions. And if you feel like typing is not going to, like, give you a room to express yourself well, you can let me know and we'll give you a chance to unmute your mic and ask your questions. Um, I'll be leaving the room open for the next 2 minutes because we've spent our time, like we've stretched our time. So 2 minutes, let me see your questions and uh, speaker would be happy to answer your questions. Um, I believe you are typing because we must have questions. So I believe you are typing. I believe you're typing. Please send your questions.
Can anyone hear me? Good evening.
Good evening. Good
Yeah,
evening,
hi.
Chidima.
Yeah, hi Eunice and Adedolapo. Adedolapo, thank you so much. Thank you for this, very enlightening session, very engaging. I'm really grateful for the opportunity. All right, so my question is with regards to the interview process. So if, for instance, or rather, let me put it this way, how do you how does a person approach um the salary part, right? Especially when you come into the interview thinking that they will make the offer and then you seem to be rattled when they ask you to make an offer and you know that of course you have some gaps to close, right? But then considering your experience and your capabilities, you know that even what you eventually said was less than what your worth, as it were. How do you approach things? They haven't offered you the job though, but how do you approach in such that you're not feeling at the end of the day, oh, okay, for instance, they eventually call you up for the job. How do you not feel like you have under negotiated yourself? Or how do you approach a situation where, as an afterthought, you realize that you've under negotiated? Yeah, that was quite a mouthful, but I hope that my question is quite clear.
Okay, thank you so much for the question. If I'm clear, I think you're breaking up. Now I think that it's actually my internet because it was breaking up. You are saying that you was less than what you want, or you and like how do you approach negotiation? Is that what you are asking?
Okay, let me try again. Can you hear me now? I'll keep it short now. Can you hear me? You know
Hello?
what? I will just, can you hear me? If not, I'll just try.
Okay, you can put it in the chat.
Miss Adedolapo, are you still here? Um, and Chidima, would you love to send your questions to the chat? All right. So while that is going on, I am sure that like as I have learned, you've also learned a lot. And part of the things that I myself have been able to take away from this session is that when applying for jobs, you need to be very, very, very specific. Specific on what you want to get. Don't just be everywhere. Don't just position yourself to be everywhere. Be specific. Oh, I want to work as a marketing analyst in a fintech company. Like, be specific. I want to work um as a talent coordinator in an edtech, right? Be specific about what you want. And another thing I learned is to think like a recruiter. Because I am so sure that like the majority of us, even I up to a point, was I would not I would just submit my CV. Like I would just like she said, I have done this before where I just like give different versions of my CV, just tick, 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 and then but then I did not stop to think like, okay, how will a recruiter see me when they see my CV? What perception will they have of me when they go through my CV? So I think it's a way for us to put our legs into the shoes of the recruiter and work on what we are giving out. And another very, 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 very important thing that I also learned is don't just be a job seeker. Oh, I just want a job to be able to meet my daily needs. No, it's like way more than that. And yeah, so many people don't need just someone to fill up a position. They need someone who is actually going to solve a problem that their business is currently facing. And it's so profound for me. So profound. So a question. All right. Miss Adedolapo, the question is already here. Do you want to check it out? And I'll take a pause and then
Yeah.
wait for your response. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So Chidima, however, you gave a salary range because we're considering that they're a startup and in a way you are not all that confident, even though you've done some good stuff. How do you approach things if they do offer you what you asked for? Scored you called wasn't sufficient. Very good question. Very, very good. I've been here before before I became a career coach actually. When I had the call with Blessing, and then I went on to speak with a guy and they asked for my salary range. I'm so even embarrassed to tell you what I charged or what I asked for. Me was earning times wait first, let me do the math. I think times 10 what I was earning. Like this person was the day I saw a pay slip, I was working because I work is a remote company. And I was imagine me, I was sitting on my chair. Let me even turn on my video. I was sitting on my chair and, and then trying to work harder. Like I was just trying to prove myself because I was an intern and I wanted to grow fast. She was just right above me. And so we had we have influx of applications. So I want you to understand. So we have volume of applications, and the way we run our program, our talents are so they can reach out to us. So our emails are usually open. So when it's always filled up. So in a bit to just help her, check out some. I got she gave me access to her email, work email and checked. And then she when the salary thing, our salary came in, and I saw it, stood up and I went to my bed and I lay on the bed. I was still for so imagine you are earning 50K and that person is earning like 500K or something like that. I would even be mad. So I felt really bad. What see during our next what's it called? Our next our quarterly review. I asked for a salary review. I was really diplomatic about it. I was professional. Professional is the word. But I asked and I made sure and I followed up. In fact, I'm sure my boss at the time was wondering, like, what did I see? He knew I knew something and he didn't even delay. It was like the following month is going to be implemented. It's a startup. Oh. This company they were just 2 years or 3 years at the time, but they knew what they were doing. And because I had sold myself short, So be it. That's why I told you that some HRs are terrible people. Yes, and they're giving you the job at this time. Like maybe I don't know if you've signed the contract or not, but they said yes. It's usually like case closed at that point, really. Except if you are, bold enough to when they now send your salary, your offer letter, you send an email to say, oh, you think that you may have, sold yourself short or anything, or just say something like, after reviewing or checking out industry standards, like you would like a review of salary. It rarely happens, but who says you cannot be the first person to? I've never received any email like that, but I think I would do that. Like if I know that, oh, I've cheated myself here, I may just let it go, or I may actually send an email, or I would ask for something else, like some sort of benefit. So I could ask for weekly. Now I don't know if you have to go out, if it's hybrid or anything, you can ask for weekly allowance, maybe for data or for transport. Just try to not say, oh, you want them to increase by force unless you're not doing. Give them options. So they may agree to give you some sort of allowance. Maybe could be feeding, transport, airtime, or data allowance. You can say like maybe you can even put a price range, which is why I used to encourage people to give a range whenever they're, asking for telling their recruiter what they want. Even with the range, you can still sell yourself short. You don't know. But I've also learned that just demand your worth. If they love you enough, the fact that they have even invited you for an interview, you may not be the only one, but at least you're considering me. So this is what I want. Just demand your words. If it's too high, we will always tell you this is our range. It is overboard though. And even what I mean, I would just say, oh, we'll get back to you, because I feel like, what are you doing? Like, are you serious right now? Which is why you must have done your research and just demand a range. Or if you know that now, oh, you size them up. These people are not that boxed up. Let me just maybe for the experience or for while a wait time or something like that. And then realize salary review again, another salary conversation if it can be increased, or just ask for an allowance. Like you just need something more. You actually need something more. They should compensate you with something more. So I think that's how you can go about it. I hope I answered your question. So Glory asked, thank you so much, Mr. Lapo and Ines, for this insightful session. So Chidima, please let me know if I answered your question. Mary and was interviewed for an interview. Sorry, I was invited for an interview, after which I was also invited for an assessment on the 26th of January, which I went for. But since then, I haven't gotten feedback. Okay, that's still fair. Still a bit far, but still fair. And I got a reply that they will get back to me soon, but till now, I haven't heard from them. Do you think it is okay to send another follow-up email? I should just, or I shouldn't, so that I don't look desperate with feedback, so that you know where they stand. Now, this is a very terrible HR habit, and a lot of us, let me, I'm not even HR anymore. A lot of them, they do that. Like, they are very, very, very terrible at doing that. You will not hear back. I've also not heard back. See, it's so bad that there's this company that I applied for community management. I applied, they didn't get back to me. They were so I don't know if they don't follow up with them or anything. But I also do know that it, replies can take a long time. The construction client, if he even sees this video somewhere, I'm sure he will know that he's the one. But I just really hope that yeah, I just really hope that he doesn't see it. Anyway, so uh, uh, because of the back and forth sometimes with him and his team, it can take a long time. And like I said, we were recruiting for so many roles. So interviews were interwoven, and I was the primary, not even primary, just it was just me doing the only HR thing. So the interviews were overlapping, and response time delayed so much so that like, a month after it was that bad. But whenever I received their email, to check in, I immediately respond to say, oh, we'll get back to you. And it's so sad that even after waiting that long, sometimes you think that because they're waiting that long, which is quite sad, but it can be that long. It can be as long as a month. But since you've sent them an email on the 10th and you got a reply, what's today? Today is 10 days after. Maybe if you don't want to look desperate, what would I do? Ah, what would I do? I think I will still reach out to them again because I'm jobless. I would be jobless or something like that. I know what desperation can do. So I think it's not bad if you reach out to them again, but please wait a while. Maybe wait for like a week or 2 weeks after, and then reach out again. And then reach out again. Because if you really want it to, but while you're waiting, please look out for that. Don't just to be open, just to continue applying. Continue talking to people and all of those things. So if Afodi did not respond to me, I would still have reached out to them again, something like that. I would still have reached out again, but give it time, like 2 weeks. Give it 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks after. Like that, they already used 17 days. Maybe give another 10 days grace. Do you get? And then reach out again. Just say, oh, checking in again on the status of my interview. Please let me know if there are any other additional information I could have. How you say it. Thank God there's ChatGPT. You can say it without sounding desperate. You can say it still sounding confident. So let's let them know that I am the real deal, right? And just say if they need any other additional information to help make a decision, you are happy to provide. So they will not need anything, but just so that maybe there's something that's, So yeah, I hope that answered your question. All right. Okay, Chidima already said thank you. What you said about asking for an allowance, for instance, sounds good. Yes, it does. Thank you so much, Chidima. And thank you, Gloria. I hope I answered your question as well.
Thank you so much.
Sure. All right, Ines. All right, thank you.
All right,
Ines, our
thank
lovely
you.
host.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have learned a lot again. Thank you. So yeah, to not take much of our time anymore, I would love to bring up our CEO is present on this call to just walk us through what Great Plus Africa does, like in depth, and the offer that we have for everyone. Yeah. So would love to hear from you, sir. Statulo Batunde. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Wow. Good evening, everyone. Or good any of any part of the world you're coming in from. Yeah, Adedolapo, it's so great to see you. I was so excited to hear. And yeah, I was part of the entire I saw the entire webinar, and it's so nice to see you again after a very long time. I believe you are doing well. It's obvious you are doing well. So and I'm glad you I'm glad you mentioned the Innovate Lab when you started. So we have history data way back years back, especially working at Innovate Lab together. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on board. And thank you everyone for joining. I will really, because this is my bad, I will really catch up with you after this after this session. Probably talk more on LinkedIn or something and all of that. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining. And this is so amazing session. My name is Tulo Batunde, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Great Plus Africa. And we will do well to share Adedolapo's link on the community because she has so much value to offer. This is just we have even stretched beyond the time of our normal webinar. This is, of course, it's a free webinar. We cannot overstretch it. Okay, and then we can't exhaust knowledge right now because there are many things that she had to just cut short and all of that. So we'll share the link to her LinkedIn page on the community, and then you can actually go connect with her, ask more questions on LinkedIn, send her a DM, or if she wants more detailed conversation, she can schedule a call with you. And you just heard that she's a career coach as well, and that's a lot. That's actually a lot. Many people actually have to start with clarity, okay, because that's the first thing she mentioned about you must dream, you must have a dream, okay, and then she also spoke about thinking like an HR, all of this detail, because as a career consultant myself, I can say 100% what she said is actually so true, and that's what we brought on board. So the time is very short. But at Great Post Africa, we are so passionate about education and productivity. Those are our two core solutions that we're bringing to this space: education and productivity. So education as to anyone who is in the learning space, either you're a student, you're a professional, you're learning a skill, you're a long life learner or a lifetime learner, you're learning anything, want to improve yourself, and all of these things so that you can be productive in your career space, or probably you are just about to step into the career space, you're an entry level professional, or you are probably about to you have a job already, you have a profession already, but you are probably looking for a second career, or you want to explore other paths and all of that. So you're looking for more ways to be productive, and that is exactly what we do. So we are in that. We're in the intersection of that place where we want Africa to have the right quality education and to make the right impact, okay, with productive youth and young ones and all of that. So this is very key for us, and that's exactly what we do at Global Africa. And we have quite a number of stuff that we bring into the market to achieve this. We have a career personality test that is automated, is actually free. The community manager also shared the link on the group, on the community as well. It's a free test, career test that you can take that will give you clarity on what your personality is, and suggestions on career path and that you can explore. That would really help you to even understand basic things about yourself before you now start to probably talk to career consultant or career coach like Adedolapo and the likes. Okay, so it gives you it's actually a very useful tool. We've had more than 3,000 people interacted with that test since we launched, and all of that, and that is a very useful tool you should use. And we also have quite a number of courses that we have developed in Global Africa, majorly for the mental productivity of our audience, and also for career placement. Productivity in the sense that we have cognitive courses that help you to improve your mental capacity. You have to be optimal in what you do. All right, so there are courses for that. We share the link of that as well. You can check it out on our website, www.great+africa, but the link will be shared on the community group as well. And then we have courses that help you that introduce you to your career path. So it's a continuum. I find clarity with the test. I develop my mental capacity with cognitive courses, and then I get introduced to the career path that seems amazing to me. Okay, I want to explore. Let's say I want to explore writing as a career path. There are courses on our platform that can introduce you to that career path. So these are things that you find there. But apart from the courses that we offer in Great Plus Africa, there is an amazing resource that I want you guys to listen to, and that's something that we are almost giving it away. Every other thing I've spoken about, some of them are free, some of them are paid, and they are actually very affordable, because that's one of our USP. We know that we don't want to make it a big deal. We try as much as possible to make it budget friendly. But apart from all of that, we have a very, very useful resource that is very useful for you guys, and it's a PDF, is a resource for job seekers or early entry professionals. Is is called Five Secrets to Landing Your Dream Job. That is how to land your dream job. And because we know that not everything that that you should know is can be shared in this just in a stretch. So we are in the space, we've created a comprehensive document that talks about all of the things you need, right from identity audits, how to define yourself. We talked about how to actually use Google as a backdoor search engine. You find it in that document. We will also give access to templates of resume and cover letters, template that you can actually modify, even if it's a no experience resume and all of that. You're looking for how to repackage your CV and all of that. You can see templates on that. We have more than 10 resume templates on that document. We also see in that document LinkedIn, how to give your LinkedIn a facelift. Okay, I impact headlines on LinkedIn and all of that. You have templates of that as well. So it's more of like we researched, the team researched those things that work. Okay, instead of having to give you the work to be cracking your head. So we have those things that work, and you can access them as templates that you can rework for your own, that suit your own situation or suit your own industry. Okay, so we also have how to master narrative, how to change, how to be able to craft narratives, craft storytelling around your skill. Okay, because that's very, very important. So we have all of these things, and we have templates of them. Templates, there are some are more than 10, some are more than 10 and more than 5 and all of that. So you have multiple templates that you can actually access. So we're going to be sharing that the link to actually to get that resource on the group as well. I'm telling my team that this is actually a resource that we should not give. This almost like a giveaway price. Okay, so but because of this webinar, everyone that enrolls for the webinar and everybody in the community, you have we're going to be having a discount code that will be shared. The link to actually make the purchase I'm not, it's at a ridiculous price. Okay, it's going the original discount, because the original price is even a discount. The original discount is 2,000 naira, but because of the webinar, is further discounted for people in the community. Okay, and that means it's going for 1,000 naira. Okay, it's a 50% slash. So the community manager is going to share the link on the group, and also give you the discount code that you can use to get it at 1,000 naira, 1,000 naira flat. And that price is going to only be for about a week. By next week, it's going to revert back. That discount code is going to expire. So it's going to revert back to its original price and all of that. So I want you guys to take advantage of that. It's actually very useful. Well, we've seen it. We've seen professionals struggle in the marketplace. We have also seen quite a number of people excel. There are little different things that makes the difference and all of that. So it's very good to have a back end view of what you can do, templates that will help you and all of this. And we are very, very sure that this will actually help you, especially anyone on this call that you're looking for jobs. You're in that place where you want to be packaged, you want to package yourself for your next phase. Is going to be really helpful. So Eunice, or the manager, is going to share on the group, and then you're going to be having access to everything I've shared that we have to offer. So, and yes, we also want to encourage you to remain on the group for new members. You're just joining the community. Please remain on the community. It's a very, very resourced community. We have the opportunity to bring amazing people around the world, like Adedolapo, Lawal, people who are doing exceptionally well in different fields that you can learn from, and there are webinars that goes on, and also other offers that come from Global Africa, and you'll be the first person to get to know about it. And we also place premium on our community members themselves, and so you don't want to miss all of that. So stay on the group, stay on the community, invite people that you know that should be on that community, because it's a community for growth, community for learning, community for development, and community for networking as well. You can as well network on that group. You can drop a question you have. Maybe you have something you're dealing with in your space, or you want to learn something, or you're looking for something in your career or in your industry. Drop it on the group or send it to the admin, and then they can help to network you with the right talents and opportunities. Very, very important. And also, you should also follow Group Plus Africa on social media, on YouTube, on every part of those things. It will really help you to keep abreast with all that we are bringing out from Group Plus Africa, and to also help other people. For instance, right now, Group Plus Africa is launching a project called Project 10,000 Pathfind Project in the community called Ogbomoso. Is an opportunity, and it's free for secondary school students. Okay, so you could have someone in Ogbomoso, for instance. You could even have a secondary school sibling or anybody that should actually take advantage of that project. It's a career collective for 10,000 students, and it's completely free for them. Okay, nothing, they are not paying anything. So, and in fact, they're good for those on site. So they are going to even be catering for their transport. So it's something that is a laudable project, and we're still going to be having projects like that cut across the different parts of Nigeria. We also have, sometimes we have online projects that even if you are not in a physical location, you can also benefit from. So you could share those things across the board. You could help to extend it to someone that needs it, and it will really be helpful. Yes, so yeah, thank you everyone for joining. I think that's a lot. And if you have any other question, you can always ask the admin on the community page on WhatsApp. And as I said, we're going to share Adedolapo Lawal's link to our LinkedIn page. We're going to share it on the community because she's a resourceful person. She's a gem. Okay, so you should connect with her. If you have any other question at all, you could also reach out to her, send a DM if you want to probably get to have a discovery call. She mentioned that over and over. It's something that you could actually schedule, like, oh, can I have a discovery call? Can you? I would not say she should do it for you for free. So you should. It's something you have to pay. So it's actually very, very important that all of this, that you can get it at a very, very, very discounted rate. So you could reach out to us, send a DM, ask questions and all of that, and also contact her. Yeah. So thank you everyone for joining. Yes, enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, Eunice.
Thank you, sir. All right, so our time really is fast spent. So I want to thank every one of you for coming to this webinar, for attending and for staying through. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you again in another webinar next month. Yeah, we're going to be having another webinar next month because we are so focused on the career development of youths, especially African youths. So we're having another webinar next month, and I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much. See you again. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. Bye. The code, yeah, it's on the WhatsApp group already. Are you on the group? All right, so let me not guess everyone's on the group yet. So I'm gonna send you the group link here. Just give me a minute. All right. Yep. So I have sent the group link to if you're not on the group yet, please copy it. And I have sent the message to the group, but since there are some people that might just be joining, I'm going to be sending them again for you. So I'm going to leave this call on for about the next 4 minutes so you can copy it and join before we end this call. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you so much, Ms. Adedolapo. Oh, she's left already. All right. Thank you. Bye.